Right, Equifax, you may know them as the credit score people. They say their systems were not compromised by malicious web page links. Equifax said Thursday its systems were not compromised after they looked into a report by an independent researcher that one of the company's credit assistant pages contained malicious links. Okay, now why is all this even being discussed? Right now there are massive data breaches going on, okay? Equifax had a massive data breach that could have compromised the sensitive information of up to 145 million people. Now, Equifax disclosed that breach in September, but where things get really messy is the fact that Equifax knew about this internally for months beforehand. Right? Lawmakers in several federal agencies, including the FBI and the FTC, are now investigating the company's response to the breach, why it took more than a month to notify the public, and whether executives engaged in insider trading. And there's definitely insider trading going on. You know, independent reporting has already shown that some of the major executives, soon after they knew about the breach, sold off vast majorities of their shares of stocks, which is basically like the definition of insider trading.
It
right?
is it. They knew about the breach and they sold it before the stock price went down.
Right, and they waited an entire month to do that. And you have to ask yourself, why did this take a month to do it? At the very least, why haven't you alerted federal authorities and, you know, worked with them to figure out a rollout for this? And honestly, folks, we're getting to the point where these data breaches are, you know, one a month, right? And at a certain point, everyone in the United States is going to be
their data's going to be compromised.
And so what do you do about that?
I think what makes this even worse is that Equifax and the Internal Revenue Service are also facing pressure from lawmakers over a $7.2 million contract that Equifax was awarded after the breach was made public for the company to verify taxpayer identities and help prevent fraud. So the people, wait for this, America, so the people that are going to help verify identities and prevent fraud are the same people that are engaging in insider trading, which is fraud.
Yeah, that is by definition, right? The IRS would not be cool with that. So Equifax is in it, like, okay, so we've heard other online retailers.
Talk about the rich keep getting richer and the poor are getting poorer.
You hear something like Target, in, you know, their internal database was hacked, and, you know, tons of emails and passwords and addresses and stuff were compromised. But what's really crazy about the fact that this is Equifax is the company that you would go to. They keep track of people's credit scores. They keep track of people's sensitive credit information. This isn't just a username and a password we're talking about here. We're talking about, you know, all of the loans that you have out, you know, whether you're in good standing, your social security number. Like, these are all things that are beyond just your, you know, password, Schnoopy's12 or whatever.
But that's the ha-ha, though. So you get penalized every time you make a mistake. Equifax is like, oh, you were late a day on that flight bill. Your score is not, we're knocking your score down 10 points. oh, you were late 2 days on that mortgage. We're knocking your score down 30 points. But they can breach, they can have a breach.
145 million people.
Of 145 million people, lie about it for a month.
Yep.
And not only still get awarded a $7.2 million contract that is paid for by your tax dollars, but they can also still penalize you for being late.
Yeah, it seems like a messy double standard. So we'll keep reporting on this one, folks. This story ain't going anywhere, and I'm sure a new data breach will be coming down the pipeline soon.